I have a couple of things because I've been noting down things you've said so I didn't forget it. Yeah. So I want to give you the advice for the warming up for the video stuff. Well, first of all, thought it was really cool, really interesting about the music when you wrote it, how you kind of scrapped the first part, the first hour, and totally get the metaphor. It's like warming up for an exercise, right? Like the same way you need to do a little bit of a stretch before you hit your PR. You kind of need to get the gunk out from the brain before you can get the good stuff down. So I've been a super big fan of, and this has helped me like break through a lot of writer's block of just like word vomiting. Like I would just turn on my text to speech or speech to text on my laptop, and I'm just like, yeah, so I think this is what I'm talking about Hanlon's razor, and I'm like da 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 da, and I talk for like 10 minutes, and then I'm like, okay, this paragraph is good. Everything trash, everything else, yeah, and then we can start. So it seems very similar. So it's cool that we on the same page with that. For the advice for the video, once I have my outline, this is what I've always done, and this has helped me get rid of cold takes. I take the outline and I look at my camera. I don't turn on the camera, but I kind of go through the outline like that, straight up warm up.
Okay.
Then an interesting thing that I've discovered from shorts and short form videos is I like to make the shorts loop, right? And how you do that is you basically you say you have a full sentence at the end of your video, right? Let's say it's because I want to go to the beach. That's the sentence. And you'll cut the video at because, and then I want to go to the beach would be the start, the new hook, right? Okay. And that's how you make it loop. So this goes in the front and then it'll just read because I want to go to the beach and it'll restart. That has got me into the habit of filming the end of the video first. And what I've seen is because that like warms me up and like it also, because I know I feel like I need to get up a little bit. I'm like, oh, because I want to go to the beach. By the time I get to the actual start of the video, I'm ready. So maybe that's something you could try. Just get your last couple paragraphs out and then go into the start. My last thing, I'm sorry for the soapbox, but
bro, no, please keep going. This is all super valuable.
I appreciate that. So on the soul thing, the thing of soul in content, right? When you talk about Michael Reeves, I think he is a phenomenal example. And I feel like not just in so much things scream, for lack of a better word, what I'm calling soul in this. Like you told me about his editing strategy, how he he goes through the process, he builds a piece of the thing, records it, then puts that in Premiere, saves it, starts, and keeps going. So the whole process is like genuinely authentic and like takes the editing process into consideration in that authenticity. So that's really cool. But I think a big thing about Michael Reeves, and a big thing I feel like a lot of people can capitalize on, is he's super likable. And what is fascinating about Michael Reeves is he is not likable in the traditional sense, right? Like if you were like, when I think charismatic, confident, funny person, Michael Reeves may not be who you think, right? Like he has a very unique and quirky brand of humor and like how he says things and how he acts with the world. And like it, sometimes it's kind of weird, but it's weird. And it's weird, but it's good weird because he's like being himself, right? And my hunch is that the vast majority of people, the vast majority of content creators are super likable and have that ability to have soul. It's just when you are in a public setting or you're putting yourself in front of camera, like the natural response is to like, I'm just going to give the information because I'm scared of like exposing myself in any way because, it's one thing to get critiqued for like your music or, some thoughts that you had on a YouTube video. It's another thing to be like, yeah, that Isaiah guy, I hate his laugh, or, I hate his humor is trash, and that's completely understandable and completely human to feel. But I really think a big part of success for a lot of creators, a lot of that success is because they've gotten comfortable enough, whether it's just through repetitions on camera, whether it's through like just their upbringing or whatever, but they're okay with being them. I'm not saying everyone can reach that level of you're so interesting, no one cares about the content, but I have a hunch there's a lot of wiggle room. There's a lot of potential. You might be able to drive 100%, but you can maybe get up to 70. And that could be the difference between nothing and success, right?
A massive multiplier for sure.
Oh, yeah.
It seems related to like the fear of public speaking that people tend to have, right? It's that same idea of like, well, if I play it safe and I just get up and do my thing and present the thing that I'm supposed to do and just work my way down the list, then nobody can be mad at me. It's like, well, maybe, but also nobody can really see you as, being really having a strong personality in some way or another, right? So by playing it safely, you reduce the risk, but you also reduce the upside.
Yeah. So I was definitely going to say, I don't even think the camera is the issue. I think not even just in public speaking, I think in day-to-day life, normal day-to-day life, we don't live as authentically as we might want to, right? Mm-hmm. I know this is something I get a lot, and I'm aware of the problem. So I definitely know that other people are doing it more. But I would get this gut feeling, and I'm getting a little more receptive to it, of like, it would be cool if I did that. It would be cool if I complimented that person. It would be cool if I just, like waved around and danced to this music or whatever. It would be cool if I do whatever, right? But, there's these like restrictions on us. And I feel like a lot of people, whether it's they're talking to their family or their friends or whatever, they don't really let go the inner them, right? And like I'm saying, the likable them, the them they kind of want to be, the them that other people want to watch or like pay attention to, both in real life and online. And that's something that I'm trying to learn more. And like I was telling you this when we were talking about the small talk book. Like, in conversations, I used to hold myself back from a lot of things I wanted to say or I could say because of what the person might think. Like, I don't want to mention that I graduated with honors at a top school or whatever. Like, I don't want them to think I'm flexing or whatever. Or like, I don't want to mention my YouTube channel or that kind of stuff. And I've been getting slowly out of that, but we're too scared to be us, I feel like.
Hey friends, if you liked that clip of the Create Connected podcast, you might like listening to the entire episode using the link on screen.